How you doing? I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Today's topic is writing your own story. Don't be afraid to step up into your new journey, and be the person that you want to be and go for the things that you want to go for in life. About a year ago, my youngest sister came up to me and started talking to me about going back to college. She's 18 years younger than me, so she's well into her career and stuff, and she just decided that what she wanted to do was she'd always wanted to take a degree, and now was the time. And she registered with the Open University in the UK, and the more she talked about it, the more I thought about my own situation, and I'd always wanted to do something similar, but it just never made sense to me before to do this. I tried a few times, but it was because I wanted to sort of get forward in my life, and I felt like my life wasn't moving forwards in the way that I wanted it to. Now, looking back on that, you all know the reasons why my life wasn't moving forwards. I was drinking too much. I was drinking alcohol, full stop. I was taking drugs to satisfy a need which couldn't be found outside of me. I needed to look inside, and I needed to stop doing that. But the point is that I started looking at myself and I thought, well, this is the ideal time for me to start doing it, to go back to college and to get that degree that I've always wanted. And I chose psychology because it just fits in with what I'm doing now, and it's something that I've had a lifelong passion for psychology, for self-help, for understanding what goes on in my mind, why I think the thoughts that I do, why I do the things that I do. So I signed up for the course, and a couple of months ago I just, it started getting, just as we were starting to move, I started getting cold feet about the whole thing, and was I doing the right thing? This is going to take me 6 years to do it, maximum 6 years. If I wanted to do it quicker, I'd have to devote more time to it during the week, and it's a lot of time. It's about 17 hours a week of study. So I started talking to my sister about this, and she was giving me the usual pep talk. She's very good at that, and she sent me a link to a video of a commencement speech by a woman called Kerry Washington, a Hollywood actress, I think. Her face is vaguely familiar. I don't know much of her work, but she was talking about a guy called Joseph Campbell, and I've read a couple of books by Joseph Campbell down through the years, and he talks about a thing called the hero's journey. And there's so many films and books and stories are basically based on this hero's journey. Star Wars is one of them, where the hero starts out, he's in a certain situation, he's going through a humdrum life, and all of a sudden something happens in his life to change his whole life, and he basically goes through the whole story is about him reaching his end goals. And that's what the message in this video, I'll show you now. The message in this video is to go for your life story, right? Your life is your story, and whatever it is that you want to do and want to achieve in your life, whatever your passion is, you should go for it. You have to go for it. Have a look.
Your life is your story, and the adventure ahead of you is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential. So I want to share a little something with you about stories and about heroes and about how this all works. It was here at GW that I first read the work of Joseph Campbell, and what attracted me to his writing was the concept of the hero's journey. He wrote, "The hero's journey always begins with the call. One way or another, a guide must come and say, 'Look, you're in sleepy land. Awake, come on a trip.' There is an aspect of your consciousness, your being, that's not being touched, and so it starts." This call to adventure is what we call in film the inciting incident. It's an invitation out of your comfort zone and into your strength. Because by definition, being a hero requires pushing beyond the bounds of what's comfortable. In 1996, in my junior year here, I had to push beyond the bounds of my comfort zone. The musical that year, which, as you know, I was required to audition for, was entitled Croak the Last Frog. It was a beautiful musical about frogs by GW's own Professor Leslie Jacobson. Now, I have to be honest with you, it was not my lifetime dream role to play a frog. In fact, the thought of it terrified me. Scared that the role would be too difficult and afraid of the embarrassment that would result from my failed attempts, I wondered if there was some way that I could get out of this audition. This is what Campbell describes as phase 2 of the hero's journey, the refusal of the call. You've experienced it. An exciting opportunity presents itself, but our fear makes us believe that we're not capable of meeting the challenge. There are 17 stages of the hero's journey, as Campbell describes it, but don't worry, I'm not going to go through all of them. What I will tell you is that I crossed the threshold into unknown territory, meaning I showed up for my audition because I believed in the message of the production, a message of love and family and environmental conservation. I wanted to support Leslie Jacobson, my brilliant professor and my mentor, and I had to fulfill my scholarship requirements because, as many of you probably relate to, I wanted to complete my degree and graduate. So, I answered the call. I pushed past my comfort zone, and when I did, I won the role. So now I was in the belly of the whale. Now I had to be willing to be the lead frog. Again, I was terrified. This was a serious musical with important dramatic themes. How could I commit to the role and bring life to the character in a way that made people think and feel rather than giggle and mock us? So, I approached the role as a social scientist, the way GW taught me to. I thought, I'm going to study frogs. I went to the zoo up in Woodley Park and I spent hours watching frogs. I read about frogs. I held frogs. I watched frog documentaries. I figured out ways to physicalize my performance as a frog without seeming to be a cartoon. I faced my fears and I stepped out onto that Marvin Center stage. And it became a role that transformed my thinking about how I use my body to do what I do every single day. And more importantly, to this day, it is my father's most favorite thing I've ever done. I'm serious, you can ask him. But the lesson here isn't how you too can be a frog. The lesson is that you are sitting here today because you too learned how to answer the call. Your degree is proof that you have what it takes to take the leap into the adventure of your unique experience. You don't earn a degree by doing and being and existing in the comfort zone of what you already know. So whether it's taken 2 years or 7 to get today's degree, I want you to look back on the journey that brought you here. What moments challenged you most? When were you asked to step outside of your familiar territory in order to rise to the occasion of your potential? How have you pushed past your fear? I want you to remember those moments because they will embolden you and affirm you and remind you that you did this. You completed this journey. You answered the call. And now you can continue to do so, but the choice is yours. When you leave here today and commence the next stage of your life, you can follow someone else's script. Try to make choices that will make other people happy, avoid discomfort, do what is expected and copy the status quo, or you can look at all that you have accomplished today and use it as fuel to venture forth and write your own story. If you do, amazing things will take shape.
So that's all about really what I'm talking about all the time is getting outside your comfort zone, you know, pushing yourself beyond the boundaries of what you normally would do, you know. Life is very short. I keep saying this, you know, it's you haven't got much time on this earth, and I think a lot of people drink because of that, because they feel like their lives are wasting away, and what else are they going to do, and they're going to end up at the end of their lives with nothing to show for it. Well, you're still alive, right? You're still breathing. I'm 50, you know. I've got lots of years left in me, right? I've got more years if I treat my body right now, and I stop putting the alcohol in and start putting the right foods, and stop putting the wrong foods in, you know, and just treat my body with respect. If I do that, I've got a lot more life to live, right? There's no guarantee, fair enough, but at the end of the day, what I've got is what I've got, and I am the master of my own destiny, right? I can push myself, I can force myself to improve the quality of my life. Nobody else can do that for me. Or I can not do that, and I can just say, fuck it, I'm going to drink, I'm going to smoke, I'm going to eat crap foods, I'm going to enjoy myself, and then I'm going to die young. But like I've said before, it's not just a question of dying young, it's a question of the quality of your life while you're living until you die, right? So I hope you liked this video. I hope you liked that clip from Kerry Washington. I thought it was a nice clip. It was just it was something that my sister sent to me, and I see a lot of this stuff coming by, and I'd like to share, and I'd like to share in this way where I can talk about it and put the clip in and do a bit more talking about it. And if you like that kind of thing, then please, you know, let me know in the comments down below, or send me an email. And if you've got any sort of clips that you'd like me to look at and include in the videos, then please, yeah, I'd love to hear that as well, right? If you want to support the show, you can go over to patreon.com/alcohol mastery, or you can go over to the website and you can see it in the sidebar, and you can support me and the show for as little as $2 a month, right? So that's it basically for today. As I say, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you want to see more of this type of video. Until next time, I'm Kevin O'Hara for alcoholmastery.com. Take care, onwards and upwards. Good luck to you.